Okay, so we're talking about simplifying rational expression. Rational expression is just a fractional expression like this. The first thing we're doing in this unit is we're going to start finding all values for which the expression is undefined. And I've asked this a million times in this class. What can we never do with real numbers in math? Well, we can never make our thing work. Take the even root of a negative or divide by 0. I think up until this last unit, we said take the square root of a negative, but truthfully, we can't take the 4th root of a negative, 6th root, 8th root, 20th root, 542nd root of a negative number. And also, we can't divide by 0. All we're talking about here is dividing by 0. So what values would make this one undefined? Well, of course, what value of x would make us divide by 0? Set the denominator equal to 0 and solve. So x of 9 equal 9 would make this undefined. Usually we say for this function or whatever, x cannot equal 9. Delta Math is just saying for which values of x is it undefined, so that's why they're saying x equals 9. Okay, so all we're going to do is take the denominator, set it equal to 0, and solve. So here we have to factor what multiplies to -8 and adds to -2, -4 and +2. So what value of x would make this 0? That's going to be +4. What value of x would make this 0? That's -2. Okay, so we're going to take 3x cubed minus 27x and set it equal to 0. First thing we're going to do is factor out 3x. If I multiply this back in, I'd get 3x cubed minus 27x. But now I need to factor this again. X squared minus 9 factors to x plus 3 and x minus 3. So what would make this 0, this 0, and this 0? Working backwards, +3 would make this 0, -3 would make this 0, and 0 would make this 0. 3x equals 0. X plus 3 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0. Well, here x equals 0, x equals -3, and x equals +3. Okay, your turn. I'm sorry, these are called points of discontinuity. That term will come up later again a few weeks from now, but points of discontinuity is the term we use for anything that makes the rational undefined. Okay, your turn. Pause it here, work these out, and then come back and check your answers. Okay. This one you can factor out a 3. It won't really matter, but you're just going to subtract 108 and divide by 3, so x can't be 36. If you had factored out 3 first, that should be a 3. Well, then I could have just divided both sides by 3 and would have gotten x plus 36 and got x is -36. Wouldn't matter. Okay. So then we just take the denominator, set it equal to 0. What multiplies 24 and adds to 11? It's 8 and 3. So I'm undefined at x equals -8 and x equals -3. Over here, I'm setting that equal to 0. I'm going to factor out -2x. But if I factor out a negative from both these, that's going to change this sign. Just think if I multiplied it back in, this would become plus 162x. So x squared minus 81 factors to x plus 9 and x minus 9. What value of x make this 0? What value of x make this 0? What value of x make this 0? X being 0 would make this 0, -9, and +9. Okay, now we're just going to simplify. We're not trying to find out what x shouldn't be. We're just going to simplify this down as much as we can. So that means we're going to factor everything. So I'm going to factor 3x plus 27. I'm going to factor out a 3 and get x plus 9. And then what multiplies to negative 18 and adds to positive 7 should be what? Positive 9 and negative 2. Then the idea is the x plus 9s will cancel out. I'm just left with 3 over x minus 2. So here, what multiplies to negative 8 and adds to negative 2? Negative 4 and positive 2. And then x squared minus 16 is x plus 4 times x minus 4. My x minus 4s will cancel out, and I'll just be left with x plus 2 over x plus 4. Here, I'm going to factor out 4x and get x minus 5 left over. And then x squared minus 25 is x minus 5 and x plus 5. My x minus 5s are going to cancel out. And I'm left with 4x over x plus 5. Worth noting, even though we're down to 3 over x minus 2, and that would tell us x can't be 2, x still can't be negative 9, even though it canceled out, because we started with all this. And negative 9 would make my denominator 0. This doesn't come up in delta math, but it's worth noting for later. Even though we simplified it down, we still have two values of x that would make it undefined. Same here, x can't be plus or minus 4, x can't be plus or minus 5. Before you simplify it, you'd have to find the points of discontinuity. Again, we won't do that for a couple weeks. Okay, your turn. Pause it here, work these out, and come back and check your answers. Okay, top is going to factor to 4 times x plus 12, and what multiplies to negative 24 and adds 10, well, plus 12 and minus 2. The x plus 12s cancel out, 4 over x minus 2. Top's going to factor to x plus 3 and x minus 3. Bottom's going to factor to x plus 7 and x minus 3. Our x minus 3s cancel out, and I'm left with x plus 3 over x plus 7. Here's that weird one. I'm going to factor out negative 6x and be left with x minus 1 on the top. And the bottom's going to be x plus 1 and x minus 1. X minus 1s cancel out. Negative 6x over x plus 1. Okay, that's it. Good luck.